Okay, this problem involves similar figures, and in this case, two similar triangles with a missing side that we need to solve for, SQ. Now they give us the lengths of a couple of sides, PN and NO, and we know that these triangles are similar, so those sides are proportional to their corresponding sides, SQ and QR. So let's set up a proportion in order to solve it for the missing length. We know that PN, which is the left side of a small triangle, is corresponding to SQ, the left side of the larger triangle. We can set that equal to NO over QR. And those are the bottom sides for the small and large triangle specifically. So what we've done is we've set up a proportion that involves the ratios of the sides of the triangle that correspond to each other. Now we just have to fill in the missing lengths. PN is 13.3. SQ is what we are solving for. We can leave that as SQ, or you can put an X as a variable if you want. NO is 17 and QR is 57. Now in order to solve this proportion, we cross multiply. So 13.3 times 57 is equal to 17 times SQ. And SQ, as a reminder, is like a variable. That's what we want to solve for. Now we just evaluate. 13.3 times 57 is 758.1, and you can use your calculator for this. That is no problem. And then finally, we divide both sides by 17 in order to solve for SQ. So SQ is equal to 44.594. Now the problem asks us to round our answer to the nearest tenth, and to the tenth that would be about 44.6. So that's the length of our missing side, and that seems to make sense. It's a little smaller than 57, but still larger than the lengths on the small triangle. So let's punch it in, and that works. Now I want to show you another way that we can solve these problems, and this time we have a quadrilateral, or two quadrilaterals that are similar. And the process is the same. We're given two sides on the small quadrilateral, and we're given one side on the large quadrilateral, and we have to solve for the missing one, Li. So now this time what we're going to do is set up a ratio that involves side lengths within the quadrilateral. And by that I mean we want to set up this ratio, HE over HG, which is left over top, is equal to Li over Lk, which is left over top. All right, so this time we're basically comparing the small figure with a larger figure, and we've set up ratios that's the left side over the top side. And we're still setting up a good proportion that we can use to solve. Now we can fill in the missing pieces here. HE is 6, HG is 11, Li is Li or X, and then Lk is 48. And once again, we can solve this by cross multiplying. 6 times 48 is equal to 11 times Li. 11 times Li. And then 6 times 48 is 288. That's equal to 11 times Li. The last step would be to divide by 11, and then we just have to round to the nearest tenth. So Li is equal to 26.18, which rounds to 26.2, and that is the length of our missing side. And there we have it. As long as we can identify the corresponding parts for each figure, then we can set up a ratio that involves those corresponding parts, cross multiply, and then solve for the missing side. I hope that helps.